12:35.37. The world record has been broken.
Joshua Cheptegei shatters Olympic record. On August 2nd, 2024, at the Paris Olympics, Joshua Cheptegei didn't just win gold, he rewrote history with a blistering 26:43.14 in the 10,000 meters. How did he reach this legendary moment? What makes his journey so remarkable? Let's find out.
It really triggered in my mind, and I kept on saying I need to pursue this dream of mine that it has been there from childhood. I need to make it a reality, that I turn it into something special. In the beginning, my dad they were very happy, very excited, and they really kept on motivating me.
But to understand how incredible this moment was, we need to go back to where it all began. Growing up in Kapsewui, a small village in Uganda's Kapsewui district, Cheptegei wasn't always destined for running greatness. He started as a football player and tried his hand at long jump and triple jump in primary school. It wasn't until he discovered his natural talent for running that his journey in athletics began. This humble beginning makes his rise to becoming one of track and field's most dominant athletes even more remarkable.
Cheptegei, how did it feel to win the World Junior Championships, the second time a Ugandan has won a World Junior 10,000 meters?
Yeah, I feel so much happy and delighted after winning the 10,000 meter race. Yeah, I'm very delighted and happy.
The road to Paris glory wasn't always smooth. At the 2016 Rio Olympics, Cheptegei finished 8th in the 5,000 meters and 6th in the 10,000 meters, performances that might have discouraged many athletes.
No sooner have they set the pace than Farah has responded. And how often do you see an athlete asking the crowd to get involved? That's how confident he is. I've never seen that in a 10,000 before, have you?
But instead of giving up, he used these early struggles as motivation. In 2020, he did something extraordinary. He broke both the 5,000 meter and 10,000 meter world records, becoming only the 10th person in history to hold both records simultaneously. The year 2020 proved to be magical for Cheptegei first. He set a new world record in the 5,000 meters with a time of 12 minutes 35.36 seconds, breaking Kenenisa Bekele's 16-year-old record. Then, just months later, he crushed Bekele's 10,000 meter record, running 26 minutes 11 seconds. These weren't just record-breaking performances. They were statements that a new king of distance running had arrived. When Cheptegei arrived in Tokyo for the 2020 Olympics held in 2021, expectations were sky high. He won gold in the 5,000 meters, but had to settle for silver in the 10,000 meters. This second-place finish, while still impressive, left him hungry for more. When I took silver in Tokyo 2020, I was disappointed. I just wanted to win the 10,000 meters, he later admitted. This disappointment would fuel his preparation for Paris.
I cannot come away from so many miles from my country to come and run and be top 8. I say to myself, I have to make an impact, and I have to stamp my name and announce my name in the athletics world.
What makes Cheptegei's success even more interesting is how he balances his athletic career with his other commitments. He works for the Uganda National Police and studied procurement and logistics management. Under the guidance of his coach Addy Reuter, he's learned to train smarter, not just harder. During the challenging times of 2020, he even reduced his weekly training sessions from 12 to 8, showing that sometimes less can be more. But wait, there is more. The Paris Olympics became Cheptegei's moment of redemption. The Olympic record had stood since 2008 when Bekele ran 27.01.17 in Beijing. Cheptegei didn't just break it, he demolished it by nearly 18 seconds. This wasn't just about winning gold, it was about cementing his legacy as one of the greatest distance runners in history. The atmosphere in Paris's Stade de France was electric when the runners lined up for the 10,000-meter final. Cheptegei wasn't just racing against the other athletes, he was racing against history. His decision to focus solely on the 10,000 meters, skipping the defense of his 5,000-meter title, showed how much this specific gold medal meant to him. The race itself showcased Cheptegei's complete mastery of distance running. Unlike many of his record-breaking performances where he relied on pacemakers, this was pure championship racing. He controlled the pace masterfully, never letting the pressure from his competitors force him into running their race. With each lap, his confidence grew, and by the final 2,000 meters, it was clear something special was happening. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is how it impacts Uganda's sporting legacy. Cheptegei is now the most decorated Ugandan Olympian ever, with 3 Olympic medals, 2 golds, and a silver. For a country that has produced many talented runners, Cheptegei stands alone at the top. His success has inspired a new generation of young Ugandan athletes who now believe they too can compete with the world's best. But perhaps what sets Cheptegei apart isn't just his physical abilities, it's his mental approach to the sport. After announcing on Instagram that he wouldn't defend his 5,000-meter title in Paris, he hinted at a shift toward road racing in the future. This kind of strategic thinking, knowing when to push and when to hold back, has been a hallmark of his career.
Watch the clock, 10 seconds to go. He's got about 50 meters to run, and he's still driving for the line. At last he grimaces and looks mortal. But there, 12:35.37. The world record has been broken by almost exactly 2 seconds, and he's still smiling.
His journey from Rio 2016 to Paris 2024 tells a story of constant improvement. In Rio, he was a talented but inexperienced runner who finished outside the medals. By Tokyo, he had become a world record holder and Olympic champion. Now in Paris, he's achieved something that might stand for decades, an Olympic record that combines tactical brilliance with raw speed. Looking at his career statistics is mind-boggling. Beyond his Olympic success, he's a 3-time world champion in the 10,000 meters, Commonwealth Games double gold medalist, and former world record holder in multiple events. His 2020 achievements, breaking both the 5,000-meter and 10,000-meter world records, put him in an elite group of athletes who have dominated both distances. The impact of Cheptegei's success extends beyond Uganda. He's become a symbol of African distance running excellence, showing that with proper training and support, athletes from anywhere can reach the pinnacle of the sport. His success has also challenged the traditional Ethiopian and Kenyan dominance in distance events, proving that talent exists throughout East Africa. As Cheptegei looks to the future, his legacy is already secure. But his hint about focusing on road racing suggests we haven't seen the last of his record-breaking performances. The marathon world record could be his next target, and given his track record, few would bet against him achieving whatever goals he sets for himself. Can Cheptegei break the marathon world record? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel for more updates.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of about time that we got our opportunity to share our stories and have the biggest moment ever watched.
The 2025 indoor track season just gave us one of its most exciting moments at the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix in Boston. Everyone was waiting to see what would happen when 2 Olympic champions, Noah Lyles and Marcel Jacobs, faced off in the 60-meter sprint. Lyles came in as the current Olympic 100-meter champion, while Jacobs was still remembered for his stunning Tokyo Olympics victory. The crowd at Boston was buzzing with excitement, knowing they were about to watch something special. Before the race even started, people couldn't stop talking about who would come out on top. The drama started early in the semi-finals, and it was almost like watching a movie. Jacobs, who many expected to cruise through, barely made it to the finals with a disappointing time of 6.69 seconds. This was shocking for someone who used to dominate indoor sprints. Meanwhile, Lyles looked completely in control, winning his semi-final heat with a powerful 6.55 seconds. Just when everyone thought Jacobs wouldn't make it to the final, fate stepped in. Another athlete's injury opened up a spot, and Jacobs got his second chance. When the final race began, the stadium was electric with anticipation. 8 of the world's fastest men lined up, but all eyes were on lanes 4 and 5, where Lyles and Jacobs stood ready. As soon as the gun went off, Lyles showed why he's considered the world's fastest man right now. By the halfway point of the race, he was already pulling away from everyone else. His form looked perfect, his speed was incredible, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. The finish wasn't even close. Lyles crossed the line in an impressive 6.52 seconds, leaving everyone else fighting for second place.
They're away cleanly. It is a fast start from Trayvon Bromwell and from Terence Jones. Noah Lyles driving hard here in the middle. It is going to be a win for Noah Lyles. Outside 650 this year, but an important win for Noah Lyles. He looks very pleased with that. He didn't get the perfect start. I've got to say his start was better last year.
He's got the job done there, Noah Lyles. He was, as you said,
Terence Jones from the Bahamas managed to grab second with 6.57 seconds, while PJ Austin took third in 6.60 seconds. Jacobs, the former indoor world champion, had to settle for fourth place with a time of 6.63 seconds. Even former world indoor champion Trayvon Bromwell couldn't keep up, finishing fifth. After the race, Lyles showed why he's not just a great athlete, but also a star. "I'm trying to transcend my sport," he said, making it clear that winning Olympic gold wasn't enough. He wants to win everywhere he goes because he's the world's fastest man. This wasn't just trash talk, he backed it up with his performance. His victory sent a clear message to everyone in track and field. 2025 is going to be Noah Lyles' year.
Oh yeah, I've been, this is our third year in a row bringing in the walk-ins, so I'm very proud to see that it didn't die in the first year, and I'm glad to see more and more people doing it.
For Jacobs, this race showed how much work he has ahead of him. Just a few years ago, he was the one everyone was chasing after his Tokyo Olympics triumph. Now he's struggling to keep up with the new generation of sprinters. His fourth-place finish isn't just a loss. It's a sign that the sprinting world has moved on, and he'll need to find something special to get back to the top. This race means even more when you think about what's coming up this year. With major championships on the horizon, Lyles has shown he's ready to defend his titles. His time of 6.52 seconds isn't just fast. It's a warning to every other sprinter out there. He's not just winning race, he's dominating them and doing it with style. But wait, there is more. For track and field fans, this race revealed something important about where sprinting is heading in 2025. Lyles isn't just winning, he's changing how people think about sprinting. His ability to dominate both indoor and outdoor events shows he's become a complete sprinter. Most athletes are either better indoors or outdoors, but Lyles seems unstoppable in both. This versatility makes him especially dangerous as the season moves forward. The technical side of Lyles' victory is worth looking at closely. His start, which used to be his weak point, has improved dramatically. He's now getting out of the blocks faster and stronger than ever before. By the 30-meter mark of the 60-meter race, he was already pulling away from the field. This is particularly impressive because the 60 meters is usually where specialists in short sprints have an advantage. Lyles proved he can beat anyone, even at their own game. What makes this win even more impressive is that it was only Lyles' second race of 25. Athletes usually need several races to reach their peak form, but Lyles is already running times that most sprinters would be happy with at the end of their season. His time of 6.52 seconds wasn't just fast enough to win, it was the kind of performance that makes other athletes wonder if they can catch up at all. The impact on Jacobs can't be ignored. After dominating the indoor circuit in previous years, including winning the world indoor title, he now faces serious questions about his future. His time of 6.63 seconds would be good for most sprinters, but for someone who once ran 6.41 seconds, it shows how far he's fallen from his peak. The indoor season has just started, but Jacobs already has a lot of work to do if he wants to challenge for major titles this year. Looking at the rest of the field shows how deep sprinting talent has become. Terence Jones, the NCAA record holder, proved he belongs with the elite by finishing second. PJ Austin's third-place finish shows there's a new generation of sprinters ready to challenge the established stars. Even Trayvon Bromwell, a former world indoor champion, found himself watching the backs of younger athletes. The atmosphere in the Boston Stadium showed how much this race meant to everyone. Every time Lyles runs now, people expect something special, and he delivered. The crowd was on their feet for the final 20 meters, watching him pull away from world-class sprinters like they were standing still. This wasn't just a race, it was a statement about who's in charge of men's sprinting right now. For the rest of 2025, other sprinters will have to figure out how to deal with this new, improved version of Noah Lyles. He's not just fast, he's confident, consistent, and seems to be getting better with every race. His goal of transcending the sport doesn't seem like just talk anymore. he's backing it up with performances that are hard to ignore. Noah Lyles' victory in Boston cements him as the undisputed king of sprinting. It's not just about speed, it's about dominance, consistency, and clutch performances. As the season continues, one thing is clear: he's the man to beat. Can anyone challenge Noah Lyles? Share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe to our channel for more updates.
You can admire someone and you can respect someone in the track and field in any sport. But if you start letting them become your idol, then it becomes a point of you're going to put them on this pedestal that you won't be able to break.
Something big is about to go down at the 2025 Boston Indoor Grand Prix. The men's 60-meter sprint has become more than just another indoor race. It's turned into a preview of the entire sprint season. After Noah Lyles' recent season opener of 6.62 seconds, all eyes are on how this story will unfold in Boston, where he's made history 2 years running.
Put Usain Bolt on, this is an amazing guy, he broke the world record, yes he did all that stuff, but it's not impossible to break that record because he had to break somebody else's record.
Let's look back at how this rivalry has built up over recent years. In 2023, Lyles and Brommel gave us a race to remember in Boston. Lyles came out on top with a personal best of 6.51 seconds, showing the world his start was catching up to his famous top-end speed. This victory wasn't just about the numbers. It launched Lyles into an incredible outdoor season where he claimed both the 100 meters and 200 meters world titles in Budapest, running impressive times of 9.83 and 19.52 seconds. The Boston race had become his springboard to greatness.
Brommel got a better start than Lyles, that's for sure. On the inside, Kemp got away well as well. But as we see Noah Lyles start to come through, that's very close. Brommel got away better. Noah Lyles coming through with momentum. He has got it. 6:51, a new lifetime best for Noah Lyles. 0.04 of a second off it. And once again, Noah Lyles backs it up with the numbers.
The 2024 edition raised the stakes even higher. Lyles returned to Boston and shocked everyone with a massive improvement, running 6.44 seconds. This time, he didn't just beat Brommel. He took down a field that included Johan Blake, Ronnie Baker, and Fred Curley. Once again, the Boston performance set the tone for his year, leading to that unforgettable Olympic 100-meter final where he claimed gold. In one of the closest finishes in history, the pattern was clear: dominate in Boston, dominate the season. Now, the 2025 Boston Indoor Grand Prix is bringing together perhaps the most impressive 60-meter field ever assembled. Olympic champion Marcel Jacobs brings his 6.41 second personal best from Italy. NCAA record holder Terrence Jones represents the Bahamas with his remarkable consistency under 6.50 seconds. British record holder Zarrell Hughes adds European flair to the mix. And at the center of it all, we have the next chapter in the Lyles Brommel saga.
Jonathan Farina.
Now really quick away is Blake in the blue. He's light on his feet, and here comes Darnell Hughes. Darnell Hughes like a rocket.
Brommel's comeback story adds another layer of drama to this showdown. After battling injuries and setbacks that would have ended many careers, he recently proved he's back in top form. His 6.42 second run at a small meet in Clemson tied him for 6th fastest all time. This wasn't just a fast time, it was a statement that the former world indoor champion isn't done rewriting history. Every time Brommel steps on the track, he brings the potential to break records.
They're safely away. Bracey got a good start. Lamont Jacobs trying to get into his running. Christian Coleman's up at the moment. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Is it the Olympic champion from the world champion?
Marcel Jacobs remains the fastest man in the field on paper. His 6.41 second personal best from the 2022 World Indoor Championships, where he edged out Christian Coleman, shows his ability to perform under pressure. Even after dealing with injuries in recent seasons, Jacobs proved his worth in the Paris Olympic final, running 9.85 seconds while splitting 6.44 through 60 meters. His presence in Boston adds international star power to an already stellar field. The wild card in this race is Terrence Jones. Standing well over 6 feet tall, he's breaking the mold for what's possible in the short sprints. Most elite 60-meter runners are compact and explosive, but Jones brings a unique combination of height and acceleration. His collegiate record of 6.45 seconds wasn't a one-off performance. He's consistently run under 6.50 seconds, winning multiple NCAA titles. His ability to compete with and beat the world's best, despite his unusual height, makes him a fascinating addition to this field.
Bromell got a better start than Lyles, that's for sure. On the inside, Kemp got away well as well. But as we see Noah Lyles start to come through, that's very close. Bromell got away.
The technical aspects of the Boston track add another interesting element to this competition. Unlike some of the fastest times in history that were set at altitude, in places like Albuquerque, Boston sits at sea level. This means any exceptional performances here can't be attributed to thin air helping the sprinters. The indoor environment eliminates wind assistance, making times directly comparable to other indoor performances throughout history. Noah Lyles' progression in the 60 meters tells an interesting story of improvement, currently ranked 9th all-time indoors. His journey from a primarily 200-meter specialist to a complete sprinter has been remarkable. His start, once considered his weakness, has become increasingly powerful. While his season opener of 6.62 seconds might not seem extraordinary, it mirrors his pattern from 2024 when he opened with 6.63 before shocking everyone with 6.44 in Boston. The historical context makes this upcoming race even more significant. Christian Coleman's world record of 6.34 seconds and Maurice Green's 6.39 stand as the ultimate targets. When we look at the top 10 list of all-time indoor performances, we see names like Andre Kaysen, Ronnie Baker, and now both Lyles and Bromell. The difference between these times often comes down to hundredths of seconds, making every technical aspect of the race crucial. Looking at fan predictions adds another interesting angle to this story. Recent polls show support split between the main contenders, with many backing Bromell's comeback potential. Others see Jacobs as the favorite based on his championship pedigree, while Lyles' recent dominance has earned him a strong following.